How's it going, guys? Welcome back to my channel. If you're returning, those that are new, welcome to my channel. This is Eddie Star Tarot, and today I'll be doing a reading for the zodiac sign Cancer. You guys, so this is Sunday, so I got you guys a little late. I apologize, you and Scorpio. This is a Friday reading, and I dedicate the Fridays to Spiritual Fridays. So it is. The reason why I make these videos is to help you guys through the ascension process, as well as help to give you guys downloads to activate you guys, as well as just for spiritual enhancement, but specifically to get you through some of the ascension processes. So I will start out with a story, just what happened to me. So I will pinpoint one part of the ascension process, and specifically what that is what I call spiritually coming out. Standing in your own authenticity, your own truth, and then judgment. So somewhere around the 20-minute mark, you guys, I will get into the card reading, and I'm using two oracles. It is the White Light Oracle that I'll be using, and then the Secret Language of Light. So somewhere around the 20-minute mark. So I will be just talking this first portion of it, and it's just to let you guys know. So Cancers. Let's get into story time. Story time with Eddie. So for those that you are new, you don't know my story. So everything for me, you guys, began with recovery. So I got sober, or I got sober. I went into recovery January 20th of 2020. So that's when my journey began. I was at the age of 33. So somewhere around the 6-month mark is when I started having the spiritual awakening. That's when I started getting downloads. I started listening to angel numbers. I started recognizing that there was a communication going on, right? It's when I feel like I got awakened, right? And I got out of the matrix, or somewhat got out of the matrix. But so I always say that there's levels to everything. And so the level that I got to was that I knew that my calling was different, because I no longer wanted to do what I was doing before, right? It's like I didn't want to be in construction anymore. I didn't want to be a painter. I didn't want to be a carpenter. I didn't want to do those things. And to me, it's like even what I want to do with my life, like to do acting. I want to model. I want to communicate with people. I want to aid other people, like a counselor and stuff like that. So go figure. I was like, I just didn't think that I was going to be able to do that because of because of my addiction, right? Or the stuff that I was doing before. There's no way that I could have done it, right? I also thought that I was never going to get sober, so that was one of the issues as well. But now my world is starting to change a lot more, right? So check this out, you guys. There's a certain point where I had to stand in my own authenticity. But before that would happen, I recognized that I was holding on to a lot of fear and a lot of anxiety and a lot of stress. And it was because of programming and also external factors. And so, Cancers, the way I like to explain this is that you're possibly on the fence right now, especially if you're attracted to this reading. Maybe you guys know that you have a calling. Maybe that you guys know that you have a path that you have to walk, and it's within spirituality, right? It's being spiritual, and the stuff that we talk about and the things that we do, like, we're still normal human beings, man. We're gonna have a normal life, but like the walk that you're supposed to go on is different from other people. So with that being said, a lot of the times when we first get awakened to this stuff, we don't want to tell other people because we don't want to be ostracized, right? So oftentimes we'll try to go back into fitting in with people, and we'll go through a cycle like this for a long time. I went through this cycle, you guys, for months. So be patient with yourself with this. This is information. It's like you're not gonna be able to fix it in one day, right? But like, as long as I'm activating you, as long as I'm shining a light on it, now you guys can get a better picture. Also, if you're on this reading, Spirit wants to get your attention. It's like, this is what you're doing. This is the cycle that you're in. I always say this, you guys, and I equate it to the ocean. If you're walking this fence, it's the most difficult thing to do. I tell people is you have two choices. You can take the spiritual path or this ascension process that you're on or that you need to be on, or you can go back and try to fit in with people or do things like other people, but you're not meant to do that. I say make a decision as opposed to staying in the middle, because the middle is the most daunting, and the middle is what it hurts the most. And I'll say it like this: even if you go back and make those mistakes, you're going to learn from it eventually, and you're going to get to the point of recognition that, oh shit, you know what, I just got to be on this path. And I'll explain it to you guys with this cycle that I was on. It for a 15-year cycle. I was on this. I dealt with addiction and alcoholism for 15 years. From the age of 15 all the way up to 33, where I would go through a cycle where it can last anywhere from a day, a week, a year, months. It just depends, right? But I would drink, and then I would lose everything, or I would lose my partner. So that's what's happening within the cycle, right? I would be drunk for a long period of time, binge, and then I would get back to this point where I would say to myself, do I go back to it, or do I get sober and get help? And I would always go back to it, and that was my number, right? So I was obviously living a normal life, but that was my cycle. And oftentimes I would try to hide it. I would scapegoat. I would project. That's what we normally do when we don't want to be found out that we're taking a cycle. And eventually I got used to doing that. And to a certain point, I got burned out. So going to that left path often and often and often, I got to this point at the age of 33 where I lost everything. I finally came to the point where I was sitting in a park, homeless. No one was around me at that time period. No one wanted to deal with me anymore. And I didn't want to be here either. And I got to this point where I was like, damn, dude, like, I don't know what to do. And then I got that bright idea: go get help. You need to ask for help and go actually do it. And then I did it, right? So that was me choosing the other side. So that's like a dramatic expression, or a dramatic example of what I'm trying to teach you guys. So let's go back to the middle ground. I also like to equate it to like the ocean. There was this experience where I almost drowned in the ocean because I didn't know how the ocean worked. This surfer saved me. I call it the surfer. This guy was a surfer angel, man. So I'd gone out, and then I was going to swim back. And as I was swimming back, I was trying to go in a straight line back to my family, right? And it kept taking me out, and I was getting exhausted. And I think that surfer saw me slowing down, and then so he came up to me. He's like, "Hey, hold on to my board," and he goes, "Hey, he's like, are you normally out here?" And I was like, "No." I was like, I don't really go into the ocean. He's like, "Yeah, I know." He goes, "Hey, look at dude, you're trying to go back to your family, right?" And I was like, "Yeah." And he goes, "Dude, I'm gonna explain it to you like this, man. If you keep swimming in a straight line, it's gonna keep taking you out, and eventually, most people drown like this because you're fighting the wave." He's like, when you go back, do you notice that you shift either to the left? I think it's to the left. You shift in a diagonal way. And he's like, "Yeah." Or I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "That's because when you go back, you need to go at a diagonal angle." And I was like, "Oh." He's like, "So you need to take a new path. Don't take the straight path." And to me, you guys, this is the middle path. The middle ground is where the middle ground is the most exhausting. Is the other way less exhausting? Yes. But is it exhausting as well? Yes, it is. He said, you're going to have to swim back, but you're going to have to do it in a diagonal way. He said, you're going to end up farther away from your family, but you can walk back to them, but you're going to live. And he's like, just know that's how the ocean works. And I was like, all right. So I had a decision at that point, right? I could keep going straight and not listen to him, or I could listen to him and do it the easy way and move in that path. The same thing as you guys is for this lesson that I'm trying to give to you. You're in the middle ground. It's the hardest place to be at. No matter if you choose the left or the right path, it just depends on you. They're both going to have their meet. You're going to meet with resistance, but I implore you to take this path. So, with all that being said, damn man, that was long. You guys, I've said this story quite a bit of times, so bear with me. I promise you, there's major activations in this, and you're going to get a lot from it. So there's a point where I stopped hiding myself, and I just started to shine it out, and I got ostracized for it, right? You guys, there was judgment, and my biggest fears came to fruition, right? Like they're going to say that you're crazy, or they're going to say that you just you want attention, or that it's not real. And that's what had happened. So one of the ways, you guys, that you have to figure out who around you is meant to be around you and who's not, who's karmic per se. And I call this a two-wave process. You need to start setting boundaries in order to understand who is about you and who's not. And a lot of times, you guys, this is your family, this is your friends, it's like the lovers you've been dealing with. There's this process where you have to understand relationships, how they work. Oftentimes, because if you are spiritual, you're a healer, you're an empath, or you're just empathetic, you attract people who are in the narcissist variety. And most times, you guys, narcissists are trying to get their supply, right? Their narc supply. It's called energy. And they use tactics like gaslighting, breadcrumbing, gang stalking, stuff like this, right? The reason why I say this stuff, you guys, is because you have to understand this is how you'll know who's a karmic and who's not. When you start setting boundaries and saying, can you please stop gaslighting me? Don't talk to me like that anymore. Stop bringing up my stuff when you have your stuff. Or don't be passive aggressive with me. When you start to say that, people will get pissed and then they'll leave. They don't want to be around you. Most people are like, why would I want people to leave my vicinity? Because they're trying to keep you in a certain place. So believe me when I tell you, I'm gonna tie this all back together. Eventually, they're keeping you stuck in stagnancy, right? They want you in that middle ground, because in the middle ground, you're drained, you're tired, and you don't have enough ability, but to give them the energy. There's the second wave, which I call the true karmic, and these people, you guys, are smart. They know who you are. They know the power that you have. And sometimes, you guys, even on a subconscious level, they know it. Whether they're not articulate and they don't know, there's something deep inside them that knows that, and it might show itself differently, right? Maybe it shows as envy or jealousy, or maybe they just show you anger, or they continuously try to downgrade you or downgrade your experience, or dim your light, as they say. So I'll say it like this, you guys. There is this process where I say that there's two currencies on the earth that I feel like oftentimes we think that money is the major currency. It's not. The major currency is energy, and everything is energy at the end of the day. So just remember this, you guys, Cancers. What these people really want from you is your energy source, right? But they need to keep you low, and they need you to keep you in the matrix to understand, to keep getting that supply from you, whether they know it or not. And half the time, you guys, these people do know that. It's going to be very hard to walk away from these people, but that's what I'm trying to get it through to you. Because on this path through ascension, you guys, you're going to be asked to do things. And I'm not saying that you have to walk away from people forever, but there's a certain part of your journey that you need to walk away for a while, right? What is the next part? Standing in your truth. Standing in your truth is like setting a boundary as well, right? If you start saying that you're going to be a spiritual leader, or you're going to start doing Reiki, like, what? You're doing Reiki? Who do you think you are, Jesus? You can't heal with your hands, right? All the things that you think they're going to say to you. And I'm telling you because it's happened to me. Well, you're going to read tarot, the devil, you're talking to the devil. You might as well be just talking to the Ouija board, right? They're going to tell you shit that you're not going to like. So I say like this, man, you guys have to go through this process where you honor yourself. And in this process, it's difficult because you've been trying to hide away most of your life, and your light's been dimmed a lot of the times. So you're afraid, you're abused, and you've got some real issues that need to be healed. One of the ways is to be around like-minded individuals. You have to be around the community that you like. I don't care what you do, doula, Reiki, tarot, channeler, you're making cupcakes that are more green, you're just being sensitive to the planet, right? Whatever it is specifically you want to do for your job, you got to be around like-minded individuals. You got to be around that community. So go get certified, go do that job, and stand in that power. Be true and make that your truth. By doing that, you guys, you honor yourself because it is a part of yourself that needs to be honored. Now, the last part before I get into the card reading, you guys, is judgment. It shows the way, even the variation of the way that I say this beginning story is showing up differently for each zodiac. So specifically, it's showing up for you guys. Maybe you guys needed it a little bit more condensed or shorter. You guys, there's this process of judgment. We are afraid as human beings to be judged, right? We want validation. We don't want to be in this place where, especially with our family, right? That's why you're hiding away. The Band-Aid is this. In order for you to stand in your truth and your belief system, which is this new walk, right? Spirituality. You have to do it. You got to be loud and you got to be proud about it. Honor yourself, right? But I'm going to let you know, not everyone's going to play on your team. And not everyone wants to be on your team. You guys, and it's a little bit deeper than that. We talk about this in like the dark and the light, or evil and good, you know. There's people on this planet that see your energy as something different. Your energy looks like this. As I was telling Scorpios, you are noticeable. And if the light that you shine is different from other people, why do you think that you've probably had many people around you that are karmic? Many people have been drawing off your damn energy. It's because you're different. You're always meant to be different. You do resonate with the black sheep journey. You have been ostracized, suppressed. So your fears have already come true. You've gotten used to that chaotic lifestyle. So I say now, Cancers, is that it's not going to end here. It's just going to show up in a different variation. You're going to, like I said before, when you choose this path, you're going to meet with resistance. Move through your fears. Move through the judgment. And I'll say it like this, you guys. One of the ways to overcome this is to, whenever you feel fear, move through it. That is the only way you can address it. Because you're going to go through a cycle of I can't do it because it scares me. I can't do it because it scares me, until eventually you get through it. You got to get desensitized to what that fear is, and you will get desensitized to it eventually. Oftentimes you guys don't realize it, but your family, your friend groups, they've already empowered you and you don't know it yet. You don't know that you're the damn lion yet because you've been treated like a mouse. So the lion don't know that it's a lion yet. It's damn ferocious and it's meant to eat. It wants blood at the end of the day. It wants some real meat, baby. But you've been fed grass. You've been fed other shit, right? In this process, as I'm trying to empower you, where you become that lion again. But you got to know that you're a lion, right? I need you to walk this path, but you're going to meet with resistance. People are going to keep trying to tell you that you're a fucking mouse, but you're not, Cancers. You're a light being. You're beautiful. You're receiving these insights, these downloads. People around you have been seeing it their whole life. And they know there's a calling on your life, man. You probably walk out the damn door and you're fucking Cinderella. You've been Cinderella your whole life, and you're Snow White. You got damn butterflies around you, birds chirping, the sun comes out when you walk out the door. People don't like that shit about you. You're probably beautiful, right? You're probably very empathic, empathetic, compassionate. They don't like that you got a moral code. They want you to be down in the dirt with them. So I'm letting you know, Cancers, you're going to have to get out of that environment. This part of the stage of ascension that I talk about, that I've just spoken to you about, I'm going to get into the card read right now, but what I'm trying to teach you guys is that maybe you walk away from the people around you for a little bit. I need you to get to the space where you are being caught in a stagnant arena right now. And the people around you want to keep you in that place. I need to get you out of that so you can get out of it and recognize that that environment is you as well. I always say this, man, if you spot it, you got it. Oftentimes we see in other people, what we don't like in other people is because we don't like it in ourselves. That's projecting on people, right? When you get out of the environment that you're in, you're going to recognize the issues and problems that you have with yourself. And when you start to recognize it, it's gonna be triggering, man. But that's the part where you start to heal. That's another part of this ascension process, and I'll get into that in a different time period. But let's get into your guys. But I need you to get out of the environment first, and then honor yourself, and then we can start being a part of this healing journey, right? All right, guys. Cancers, let's see what Spirit has for you. Spirit, what do we have for Cancers? Should have took it. Yeah, there was a card that I passed, and I knew that I should have took it. There it is. So we got 2 for you guys. And then insight on the bottom of the deck. You guys saw me shuffle, right? So one of the major things that I want to tap on for you guys is that you guys are going to, after this reading, I've probably activated you on like a deep cellular level. Meaning is like you're going to start receiving insights after this, downloads. Also, the cliche answer of meditation. Meditation is key, you guys. You got to get your mind right. So meditation, Spirit's asking you to be in a place where you're either going into nature, grounding your energy, and tapping in. You need to be meditating. You're going to be receiving insights within the following days after this reading as well. But you guys are also probably channelers, readers. You're probably attracted to my channel because the energy that's flowing out of me emanates within you as well. We have awakening and sensitivity. Yeah, you guys, Cancers is in your guys' zodiac sign. I always say this, you guys, when we come into these you have many signs in you guys when we talk about the natal chart or your birth chart. But specifically your sun sign. I feel like this is one of the signs that is dominant to you. So for me, I'm a Capricorn, right? I have my own struggles and things that I need to get through and overpower. For you guys, I feel like as a Cancer collective, there's this part where oftentimes, and I feel like it's the opposite for Libras, you guys are in this place where your emotions, your empathic abilities, your psychic abilities, your sensitivity, all of these things within you guys, Cancers, can be used against you. People can use this against you. So you understand the codependent relationship. You understand the narcissist empath relationship. All of it is a symbiotic process, symbiosis relationship. It's a parasitic relationship. So be careful with that. You guys probably know this on some level, but as you awaken, you're going to start to recognize these cycles and these defects of character. Remember, even if we have a defect of character, we can transition out of this, transmute it, and use it in our favor. For me, I'm going to give an example, right? As a Capricorn, like our sign, the card is the devil energy, right? That's being materialistic, chauvinistic, being a toxic masculinity. Using people, right? Only thinking about 3D shit. That's the stuff that's going to hinder and hurt me, right? All that stuff kept me in that cycle that I was in, that I was explaining to you guys. How did I overcome that? You guys, I had to let go of all the 3D stuff. I had to keep letting go of toxicity. But that stuff, all the stuff that I thought that gave me guilt, shame, depression. That's why I always say is my true power came to me when I let go of the poison, right? When I healed myself. But I had to get out of the environment first. And then I got plucked out of that environment, and then I had to concentrate on myself. Difficult process to start admitting that you did some shit wrong, right? Difficult to admit that you have friggin' true codependency, true addictions. But then I started to heal it. And then I started to recognize, wait a minute, if I'm not drinking anymore, then I started to understand that codependency wasn't just there. It bled into a whole bunch of shit. Right? And then now Spirit's just teaching me different ways of how to heal. And then I use my story to help another human being, to be of service to another being. And that's something is truly empowering about that process. For you guys, it is the emotions. When you guys get caught in these emotional levels, here I got, illogical. The negative traits for your guys' sign is illogical. Uncontrollable, depressed, worried, fearful, lack of control, anxiety, depressed, in your head, can't make a choice, nervousness, overwhelmed, anxiety. But when you guys get through that stuff and you heal yourself, empower yourself, you get to this place where you are extremely insightful. But you guys, I say this, your journey, you are meant to go through the worry. The illogical, insightful, or all that stuff is going to give you insight at some period. You're going to transmute it, heal from it, and then you can empower other people. Cancers, you're going to be able to walk into a room like myself and be able to see when another person's going through what you're going through. You're going to see their auric field. You're going to be able to read their body language. One of the things that Spirit wants you to do, and I feel like for you guys Cancers, and I'm gonna probably call your guys's I'm gonna call your reading honor your sensitivity. Your whole life, one of the ways that karmics, or one of the ways that you needed to learn your lessons, because you guys, karmics are put in our life for us to learn a lesson. One of the things that you needed to learn is that you are a sensitive human being. So maybe some people try to harden you, or make fun of you because you were sensitive, right? So part of this awakening process is to heal that part of your life. When we awaken, you guys, it's this light is shining through, right? This is you, but it's your mind space, the downloads you're about to receive, the information that you're about to receive. You're starting to see the world for how it is. You're seeing all these beautiful geometric shapes, right? Maybe you guys are studying, like myself, sacred geometry, the golden ratio. Something's happening in your heart space as well. It's changing. Spirit wants you guys, part of this awakening process, to heal. You have to honor your sensitivity. I feel like for some of you Cancers, you're going to have the love of your life come into your life because of this awakening process. Also, because the rose is love. So you're going to have some loving entities or beings are about to come into your experience. It's going to ignite your world. You have in the background the tree of life, right? So you guys are igniting. One of the ways is sensitivity. You have to honor your sensitivity. Concentrate on your solar plexus. I'm going to read the book meaning for sensitivity, and then I'm going to move decks. I feel like what it's saying is that you guys had an experience when you guys are 15 years old, but weren't able to honor yourself then because of the people in your environment. It said, heighten intuition and compassion. You are becoming more sensitive to the energy and vibrations that precede all physical creation. We can all sense these energies, but our rational minds often override our feelings. Sense beyond what you see with your eyes and can hear in your mind. Trust that your heart will bring together the most up-to-date information through your senses. When we are open to sensing and feeling love, it also means we are open to sensing and feeling fear. That clarifies the importance of actively choosing where you place your gaze and focus your energy. Don't let old stories determine what you will think and feel. There is no hiding behind words. Feeling sorry for another or a situation doesn't help them or you. It takes you to a place where you can't hear any solutions and feeds back what they already know. You came here to create reality, not accept it. You attract what you are, not what you think or what you say, but what you feel. Celebrate your sensitivity. Without it, you may not realize you have a choice. What do you want to bring into your life? That's beautiful, you guys. Yeah, I like the part where it says you didn't come here to accept. You came here to create. So you come here to create change, you guys. That's why you're awakening. Oftentimes, even as males, man, like I think of toxic masculinity, and for the male, for me, you guys, I was always made fun of. I was always told, "You're too sensitive. You're overthinking it." And it would be a situation where it's like, dude, I didn't overthink this shit, bro. Like you that's messed up what you did to me. And then I would take it to my parents, and then my parents they would reconfirm that I was just being sensitive, right? But it's because I was part of a narcissist dynamic. So my light was continuously dimmed out, continuously freaking squatted, right? And so it made me angry. It made me fucking angry, you guys. And I got to the point where like, that's where they wanted me at though, because in anger, I give my energy to people and dosage is super strong. You have to understand how energy works. It's like, if I'm giving you guys love, like think about it in a narcissist level. If I give you a love to a narcissist, it's not enough. But if I give you the anger, or I make you feel shitty about yourself, or however I do it, that's like a strong hit of the energy. They would rather have it in that form. So you have to remember, you guys, it's more and weirder than you think it is. Maybe you guys have an environment around you like that, of people trying to to either downgrade your experience, downgrade your sensitivity. Sensitivity is not a weakness, it's a strength. Because I'm sensitive to energies, because I'm sensitive to people, it empowers me. I'm able to understand people on a deeper, my intellect of sensitivity is, I understand people in a different fashion, in a different way. You do as well. And I think that this is going to be your superpower. Right now, though, it's being used against you. And then when you walk away from these people, you're going to use it against yourself. You'll gaslight yourself eventually. It's a process, you guys. I'm going to move into White Light Oracle, pick a card, and then we'll call it a reading, you guys. Spirit, what do we have for Cancer for closing message? Spirit, can we please pick one card? Awesome. Gave me two. I'm going to read both the meanings, you guys, so bear with me. You're going to get a lot from these cards. This deck is dense and it's beautiful. It says number 8, Bath Coal. Look how beautiful this woman is. You might have tattoos, Cancer. Maybe one on your shoulder is probably new, or you will get one. Also, what they're saying is that Spirit's acknowledging your beauty, but also your inner beauty. Maybe you guys are growing out your hair. Know that your hair is holding power. It's also awakening. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So maybe you guys will get a lot from Cancer's yoni steaming, yoni eggs, the black one specifically. Don't ask me how I know. And you guys are working through the shadow work too as well. Honor this process. Let's see what the meaning is. Number 8, Bath Coal. It says, eschew complicated explanations as you seek the simplicity of the deepest truth of your heart. Gently but firmly cast aside that which does not resonate as being true for your heart. Focus upon and speak from a higher spiritual perspective. All prayers are answered at the perfect time and in the perfect way. You have a powerful voice which can foster healing and wisdom on our planet. So you guys are meant to speak about your guys' past. You guys are communicators. You guys are probably a life path 3, life path 1, life path 5, 7. Bath Coal is a mysterious creature. She is an angel, life path 3 or 7. For sure 7 or 3. She is an angel known as the Divine Oracle, the daughter of the Divine Voice, the pure and true sound of Spirit. When she whispers to the heart, you will feel an inner knowing, a truth. To honor that inner knowing likely requires the confrontation of fear, or moving in unexpected directions. Even so, the deep resonance of her truth is more powerful than the resistance we may initially feel as we let go of our limited perspectives and allow ourselves to be guided by Spirit. The spiritual voice of Bath Coal is always true, always healing, and always in harmony with the higher loving plane of the universal heart, which is working towards a spiritual fulfillment of all hearts. Hers is the healing sound, the voice of divine prophecy, which not only tells what shall be, but through speaking of the highest potential, creates a blessing, which manifests the ultimate goodness within us. When Bath Coal appears in a reading, an inner spiritual call may require a leap of faith. A more authentic, awakened you is coming to life, paving the way for a higher self. You guys got to walk away from your people, man. You have to walk away from people that are downplaying you. It says paving the way for a higher self. To manifest typically means that fear and control-based approaches need to be surrendered. Bath Coal's presence indicates something more appropriate and vital, needs to supersede the limiting structures currently in place. As a consequence, she is portent of a spiritual transformation and a material manifestation. Honoring her guidance requires courage, but brings rich reward on many levels. The Oracle of Bath Coal indicates a voice that is true and needs to be acknowledged. This may be a voice in your own heart which needs to be heard without judgment or censorship. Like I said before, you guys, your dynamic of people are judging you right now, judging your sensitivity, possibly judging you as a whole, and eventually you're going to take that on and do that to yourself. It may be an intuitive inner knowing to be recognized. I'm getting deja vu, so you guys are possibly getting deja vu as well. I'm tapping into the matrix. Or out of it. It may be a loving and helpful voice of reliable guide or friend whom you know can be trusted. It may be teaching from a dream or an insight from a meditation, or even an inkling that certain happenings or sightings are signs from the universe to help you on your life path. Beth Cole is the clear voice of communication between humanity and higher beings. When called upon, she will assist a human to accurately interpret a sign or omen. Wow. Her voice brings clarity, therefore this oracle indicates a time of confusion is swiftly coming to an end. The oracle also encourages you to practice your power of discernment. Filter ego from heart. If a point of view lowers your vibration, make you feel negatively about yourself or another, increases your confusion, or makes matters seem more complicated, it is likely to be an ego-driven viewpoint. To consider what you might be able to learn from that viewpoint, you need to settle yourself on a more authentic spiritual ground. Wow. Yeah. Definitely, you guys, just with this card too, it's like it's piggybacking off the awakening card. It's talking to you guys might be unsure as I picked it up, unsure about this awakening thing. Spirits, whether you guys know it or not, you guys are on this process. And this process of healing you guys is not easy. I'm not going to lie to you about it. It's not an easy process. And the second card, you guys, we have, and these cards give you help too with hertz. It says 528 hertz, mandala of the heart. Yeah, you're healing your heart, and you're activating something is going on with the mind space. Also, you'll get a lot by being in the sun. Your solar plexus too is being activated, and you need to heal your solar plexus. There is something to be said about your guys' sacral or root chakra. Like I said before, this looks like steam, right? So you guys can get a lot from yoni steaming and the yoni egg. Figure out ways to heal this area in the womb space, because there's issues going on in this process. Also, issues going on in the chest area. Might need to go to the doctor, or get a checkup at least. You guys, possibly by changing your hair color, can help you guys to tap into this sacred solar energy. Sitting in the sun as well. Maybe you guys have just changed your hair to red, or you're thinking about that, or you guys are a redhead, or just a platinum or blonde or something like that. You guys will get a lot from this. Anyways, let's see what the book meaning is, and then we'll call it a reading, you guys. 17. You guys, I'm laughing. There's a Cancer out there like, dude, where the hell did this kid get this information at? You guys, honestly, man, you think about it like this. Like, it's like I told the last reading, Scorpio, it's like information is everywhere. It's in your movies, in your books that you read. It's in passing. Like, it's almost like the knowledge that I just told you about the steaming and stuff like that. And it's like, I'm not a female, so how do I even know about that? Like, because Spirit directed me there. Like, a girl came up in my feed, and she does she does like a 101 sacral sex courses. And so I just started listening to her, and the shit that she was talking about just made sense to me on a deep level, but I needed to hear it because on some level, I knew I needed to teach you guys, right? So like, you have to honor each part of your process. That's why I know about the information, right? And you guys, the level of information it might seem mundane or shit that it's not going to make sense at first, but it's going to, at some point, it's going to play a part in your teaching. It's going to play a part of growth in some sort, right? Anyways, let's move on. It says 528 hertz, mandala of the heart. Sometimes aspects of your life fall apart or don't go to plan. This is so they can come back together in a beautiful new way. Remember I told you about that cycle with your family? You guys, sometimes in this process, like I tell you, everything goes in a cycle. Right now, you're being pulled and plucked out you've been chosen. You've been chosen because Spirit has a plan on your life. God, the life, I call this life purpose or a soul purpose. You're meant to do something on this planet to change things, but you can't do it because of the environment that you're in. It's nothing to be said bad about your people, man. I'm not saying anything bad about your people. I'm not even saying anything bad about my family. It's just they're in a place right now that they're doing those old things, and I can't be a part of it anymore. I needed to be plucked out of it because they were also dimming my light purposefully, and they're doing it as a gang, right? Gang stalking. They then eventually evolved into doing it with a community. So it's more intricate, right? It may be the process for you, Cancer. So you never know. You might be resonating with my story because you are being gang stalked by multiple people, a community of people. You just don't know. But it's not to say anything bad about them. They're going through their level of the process. Anyways, let's get back to it. It says, trust in the goodness and the inevitable blessings of your destiny falling into place. Do not trust your fears. Put your faith in love of your heart. A heartfelt wish is going to manifest. That's beautiful. It says the mandala of the heart is the expression of the divine feminine power within. It is the life-changing experience of love, healing, compassion, deep repair, and restoration that can only happen when we feel safe, loved enough to truly let go. Despite what the wounded opinions of the ego might have one believe, love is the most powerful consciousness on the planet. It is also highly intelligent. As we open and heal with the frequency of love in our hearts, we naturally evoke positive effects in the lives of others, too. We attract positive intervention from Spirit. Pathways open up, magic happens. Love is the path to the transformational, the alchemical, and the miraculous. It is the means by which negative patterns are reversed, and the original purity and beauty of your innate spiritual perfection can manifest itself in all dimensions, including the physical. We may feel we are bumbling along, yet we are blessed with an invisible, powerful field of grace moving with us, ensuring that our actions yield the best outcomes, that we attract what we truly want and need. The heart has access to wisdom more powerful than logic, which can overcome any obstacle. To enter into that wisdom, we have to trust in something greater than our own opinions and our allegiance to our history. Your heart is more than connected to the universal heart. It is a holographic emanation, part of the sacred mandala of the divine feminine heart. As such, holds divine genius and power. It wants to manifest that which is evolving, new, inspired, and beautiful. To believe that history must repeat itself, or what we imagine is the limit of what can happen. It is to deny the power of the heart and the generosity of the divine grace. We need radical lovers and inspired dreamers, and I feel that you guys are radical lovers and radical dreamers. And I told you about the solar plexus. What you're going to bring to this planet is true love. Your radical love is meant to be shined. I feel like Cancers, you guys' family unit has been oppressing you guys. We need radical lovers and inspired dreamers who dare to invite the most outlandish, blessed interventions of the universal heart for all beings. You have it within your heart to be one of those prayer alchemists for humanity. Dude, I'm telling you, I'm getting freaking. You might be seeing butterflies. So I was gonna say you're gonna get butterflies. I am getting butterflies, but also goosebumps. It says 528 hertz is the love frequency of creation. The choices, decisions, and projects. Maybe 528 hertz is, listen to that on YouTube, 528 hertz, or just go find 528 hertz. It's a frequency. So binaural or solfeggio beats, those are sound healing frequencies, and it might be for the heart, but it might help you guys to heal. It says, as we tune into the inner frequency, we connect to all hearts in our powerful alchemical network, which delivers to all hearts in a powerful an infusion of divine protection and uplifting wisdom into the human collective. Priestesses sound someone's sending me bad energy right now, you guys. I could feel it. They're throwing me off a little bit. Good for you guys, I guess. And I send it back to you with love and light. It says priestesses. It's a high priestess. Sound alchemists and heart healers work with these frequencies. Okay. Understanding their capacity to evoke the alchemical and the miraculous. These are our spiritual brothers and sisters, cultivating and radiating the consciousness of love, that soothing and courage-inducing medicine of our soul. In a reading with the Oracle affirms that honoring deep soul bonds and sharing healing with your soul tribe is an important facet of your purpose. We have the power of love in your heart. It is the healing spiritual glue that can bring people together for a higher purpose. It inspires others to generate positive energy to lighten the emotional load many souls carry. When 528 Hertz Mandela of the Heart appears in your reading, you are being put on notice that the Divine Feminine has a vision for your soul and is organizing events accordingly. She will guide you through your heart, and with her protection, the manifestation of your soul path is assured. So, as I've been saying all day, you guys, your life purpose, you're going to notice that the ocean will be opened up for you guys to walk this path, but you have to walk it, and you have to walk it. You have to make that choice to walk it, you guys. Cancers, I'm going to leave you guys reading there. That's a beautiful way to end it. Spirit is on fire today. I will catch you guys in tomorrow's daily. I'm tired. This series took it out of me. But you guys, I got mad love for you guys. Keep moving in the light. Keep moving in love. You guys help my channel to grow. Give me a thumbs up. Make sure to subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in tomorrow's daily.